Often parents ask me, how do I manage screen time with my children, especially during the quarantine? You see, most of us parents, we really struggle with our kids getting bored and asking for screens a bit too often. And we also know how harmful it is for them to literally live their lives in their screens. My children are 7 and 9, and they do not have their own devices. However, they are free to use the devices we have in our house. But we do have one rule. It's 1 day per week of screen time, a day of their choice. But since this COVID situation, I admit I sometimes say yes a bit too often when they ask for screen time, and the unhappy results never fail to appear. Lack of attention. The only way I can get their attention is by talking, or better yet, listening about their favorite cartoons or games. For anything else, I get an absent, "Yeah, mom." So I used to get very frustrated about this, but now I know to be patient and I actually train myself for adolescence, which means I listen, I approve, and I accept. Even if sometimes my parental instinct kicks in and tells me to fix the situation, fix the child, teach the child. I actually learned this the hard way. So one day my son was playing a song for me on Spotify, and he said that he likes that song so much. But in the lyrics, I heard a not so pleasant word, and immediately I protested and I said, "I don't like that." At that moment, he got frustrated and cried, and he said, "You never like what I like, and you make me feel bad." Immediately, I realized that all he needed was love and connection, not opinions. Kids don't want to be taught lessons. They just want to feel loved and connected. Another unhappy result of prolonged screen time is lack of patience. Walking around the house transforms into running, and boredom feels like a mortal danger to them. We've had episodes of crying and agitation just because they feel bored. Lack of kindness and offensive jokes. Kind words seem too long to be pronounced, so they're replaced by short and often mean ones. Also, bad jokes seem to be the new way of communication. Emotions become uncomfortable and undesirable. Getting very upset for literally nothing becomes the new dominant attitude. Over the years, I've struggled with setting boundaries when it comes to screen time, but I have never seemed to find a conflict-less solution. What I've learned is to own and embrace the isness. If the child gets mad, okay, I can live with that. I can be there for him or her, and I can expect emotions to embark on a roller coaster. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is. It'll pass. But if it comes to this kind of grief and a total lack of interest for the real world, then it is time for a screen detox. So how do we do that? First, I have to tell you that we have some criteria that we need to check to see if a screen detox is really necessary or not. The first criteria is creativity. If there are no new inventions, projects, ideas in the house, then the brain is clearly a prisoner of the devices. The most important thing I tell my kids is stay free. Don't lock yourself in a single activity because you'll transform it into your prison. Explore, have lots of different experiences so you can really enjoy the world you're living in. The second criteria is empathy and kindness. I invite them to answer to themselves to this question. Are you aware of the impact of your words? Thirdly, we have patience and mindfulness. Again, the children check in and ask themselves if they are comfortable staying with themselves and with their emotions. Can they listen with patience and talk slowly so that the other people can understand them? The fourth and last criteria is vibrational awareness. I ask them, are you aware of the quality of your own energy when you interact with someone? For example, when you say an aggressive, okay, do you actually feel okay? Can I sense the okayness from you? And can we both feel the vibration of being okay? Or when you come in and ask me for something, are you aligned with feeling the joy of me saying yes? Is your emotional field filled with the vibration you want to live? Or is it exactly the opposite? Going through this insight process allows the children to assess the situation by themselves and decide if a screen break is a healthy choice or not. That does not mean they like it, but they tend to be pretty fair in their assessment if we don't take away their power. So a screen detox has 7 steps. Step 1. I announce my intention and I say what I'm saying. For example, the easiest one for me to say is, I see your focus has become the prisoner of the game you're playing. Or I see that things are moving faster in your mind than you are comfortable with. Step 2. We go over the checklist I mentioned before. Step 3. I am being asked, how long is this going to take? My answer varies from 2 weeks to 1 month of 0 screens and not even the educational stuff. Step 4. The kids protest unhappily. Step 5. The detox begins with up to a week of withdrawal, crying, begging, feeling lost in life, and so on. Step 6. Starting with week 2, books are being spread on the floors, laughter and play are back in our lives. Cardboard boxes, chairs, and tables become toys again, and the kids are happy to be with each other. I hear words like, I love my sister, you're the best brother in the world. Step 7. Be prepared for change. Sometimes, very rarely, I make exceptions and I say yes to an hour or 2 of screen time earlier than the end of the screen detox. But that only happens when I feel a steady high vibration in our family and I get the feeling that it won't be shaken very soon. I hope you find inspiration in my approach. And if so, like this video and subscribe to my channel. Once you hit the bell, you make sure to get notified each time I post more videos like this one. Let me know in the comments below what is your experience with screen time and ask questions you would like me to answer.